Besties, welcome back. Today we are going to make some beautiful fall DIYs using Dollar Tree foam board, and I can't wait to show you the different ideas that I came up with. So let's get ready to craft. We're going to take a rectangular piece of the foam from Dollar Tree and then this wreath form that's kind of like MDF circle. I've got some acorns from the Dollar Tree, and then I've got these pumpkins from the Dollar Tree. There's two faux leather types and one burlap one, a cute little plaid bow from the Dollar Tree, and then some greenery I just had laying around in my stash, and a scrap piece of fabric. I'm going to cut a little slit in the fabric and then just rip a little strip off of it, and I'm going to start by hot gluing it right to the little wreath form, and then I'm just going to wrap it around and make sure it overlaps all the way around. It takes a couple pieces to get around, and you just glue down the second piece or the third piece wherever you left off and keep going. Super easy thing to do, and it just kind of gives it color, and it's not so boring anymore. I love the way it turns out. Next, I'm going to take the three pumpkins, and they're not going to be like in the center, they're going to be off to the left side. I'm just going to pull out the little clip that was in it. It comes out really easy, and I'm just going to hot glue them onto the wreath form. They stay very nicely because of the fabric, but I will go ahead and reinforce the seams. I'm going to show you how I'm reinforcing them on this side, but I'll also do it on the other side. I'm going to cut out my rectangular piece. I'm going to use that metal word harvest. I'm going to put that on there, so I want to make sure it's a little bit smaller than the word. And then I'm going to take that fabric and I'm just going to hot glue it to my rectangular piece of foam and wrap it around and cover the whole entire thing and just hot glue it when I'm all done. And I do have to use a couple pieces for that as well. Then I'm going to take my harvest metal word and I'm just going to put some Aleene's tacky glue in the center portion of it because I don't want it sticking off the edges. And I'll just set it down, and that is going to secure it perfectly right there. Then I'm going to start adding my little greenery pieces. I cut them into smaller pieces so I could place them wherever I wanted. I'm going to add a couple of pine cones. I've got some acorns I'm going to add. I just kind of looked for things that I thought would fill in really nicely and give it some interest. I love to do that. I like mixing things together. I think it looks, I don't know, more high end, and it just looks really nice to me. I like to do that. So now that I've got all the things that I want to be in there, I'm going to take the word on the foam and I'm just going to add a diagonal, attach it right where it meets the form itself. I just put hot glue down, and I'll make sure I add a little on both ends. You only see me doing it on the top parts, but I will go back. And then I'm going to take that bow and put it on the left side there, and it's just going to hang kind of like almost perpendicular, not quite, but to the word harvest. I'm going to take a little piece of leather. I'm going to use that as a hanger and just kind of attach it to the top. And like I said, the harvest is supposed to be at an angle, and so are the little pumpkins and greenery. And I really love this one. This might be my favorite today. Let me know what you think. Foam board tag, I'm going to take a piece of foam and this little Dollar Tree sign that I got that on the inside is kind of cut out, and this is going to become a two-sided sign. You know me, if I love two-sided signs. I'm going to trace the size of that picture and then go in a little further because you know there's that width on the parts that stick out in the back. So there's the piece I ended up with, and I'm just going to see how big it is so I can draw, kind of create almost thirds, not even thirds, but I want 3 sections. So what I'm going to do then is take a circle that I will overlap all 3 sections and draw that on by tracing around. And then I'm just going to erase the middle lines where I drew across. So you kind of see I've got a top section, a middle section, and a bottom section, and the circle overlaps. I'm going to take the pumpkin chalk paint and do that middle section, the maize chalk paint and do the bottom, and then I'm going to take the Amy Howard Bajas Buff and do the top section. So there's the maize, and there's the pumpkin, and then now we've got the Bajas Buff. Now for that middle section, we're going to do something different. I'm going to trace the circle with a marker, and I'll go over it several times. I like to do it in small little sections. Otherwise, I always mess it up, even if there's a line. So I have to take little pieces, and it's not perfect, but that's okay because this is homemade. I'm just going to write the word hello and then fall. Hello is going to be in cursive and fall is going to be printed. I saw something similar on Pinterest and I decided to just go for it and see if I could do it. You can always use stickers, or if you don't want to do cursive, you could just print it out, cut it out with a Cricut, whatever works for you. Or you could trace something, you could print it on the computer and then trace it. That's another option too. And I like to go over the letters several times. I don't do it too hard the first time in case I make a mistake. It's easier to cover it up. Now I'm just going to do little dots all the way around the inside of the circle. I know some people like to do stitches, and I thought it would just look really cute to do dots this time. Now I'm going to take my sign and I'm going to remove the tag and the little hanger on it because we're not going to use that. And I'm going to hot glue the back of my foam board and I'm just going to stick it right inside. Now, of course, I didn't cut it perfectly, so I'm going to take some mop head rope and I'm just going to put that in there with the Aleene's tacky glue and just fill in that gap, and the white goes with it. So I thought, why not? Let's just kind of give it a little border. And of course, it's two-sided. I didn't do anything to the other side. I am going to paint all the way around those edges and the inside edges up to the little rope and the outside sides. And it's so cute. And I love that it's two-sided, of course. And I'm excited to put it in my house for fall. It's very bright. Let me know if you like it. This Dollar Tree foam DIY, I'm going to take this rectangular piece of foam I cut and then all of this fall greenery and some other kind of just greenery. That sounds funny. And then I've got this piece of scrap fabric that I had left over. I'm going to cut a piece of it so I can cover one side, and then I'm just going to hot glue the remaining onto the back, almost like wrapping a present kind of when I get to the ends. You'll see what I'm just going to fold them in and then hot glue them right there. Then I'm going to take a little piece of craft paper and I'm just going to cover that open area in the back just to kind of finish it off. I've got a couple of round foam balls and I'm just going to take a little putty knife and just kind of cut them right in half because I only need 3 halves to do what we're going to do, which is make a table centerpiece for fall. And I think this is going to be so pretty. And it's actually very easy too. So I'm going to hot glue the 3 halves of the foam ball with the curved side up, obviously, right onto the fabric. So this is our base. I know some people use yardsticks or wood or whatever, but we're going to do it with foam because you can do that and it's very light. To make sure they stuck in, I've got these furniture tacks that have really long points on the back and I just stuck them in just to be safe. I'm going to take this gorgeous pick. I have 2 of them with like pine cones and acorns and berries and pretty leaves, and I'm just going to stick the whole pick into the side of each end. Then I'm going to take my little nippers and I'm just going to snip off individual pieces on all of the rest because I want to be able to place them exactly where I want them. I've also got this beautiful ribbon, and what I'm going to do is I've cut 6-inch strips. You can do whatever size you want, and I'm going to do the same exact thing with this orange burlap ribbon. So I've got 6 pieces of each, and then I'm just going to cut dovetails on the ends. And then I'm going to take 2 pieces. I'm going to put the plaid one on the back and then the burlap one right in the middle. I'm going to take a piece of floral wire and just tie it right around the center. And I'm going to make the end come out on the back side because I'm going to twist it up and make it pointy and stick it right into the styrofoam. We're going to have 3 of these bundles on each side, and it's a filler to kind of help cover up the styrofoam. And I'm going to fluff the ribbon and everything, and I'll still have something showing. So I'm going to take these little pumpkins from Dollar Tree. There's 2 faux leather and 2 burlap ones. I'm going to put 3 on each side, and that's another way that I can cover up that. And then I found these little baby sunflower stickers that I had. They look like paper flowers, and I put them on. You guys, this turned out stunning. I mean, at first I was kind of getting nervous, but it turned out beautiful. And then that pine cone in the center. Let me know what you think.
My friends, I want to invite you to come with me to a Crafty cruise getaway with 4 other channels here from YouTube where you can enjoy beaches and sand and tons of crafting inspiration. This ship has so many amenities that you are going to just have a blast. Plus, you get to connect with other crafters. But here's the thing, space is very limited. So make sure you go to craftycruisegetaway.com to get all the information that you need. Everything is linked down below in the description box.
For this Dollar Tree foam board DIY, I'm going to take a piece of the foam board, and then I've got these 2 beautiful ribbons from Dollar Tree. I've got a little leaf garland that I'm going to cut some leaves off. I'm going to use the Bauhaus Buff paint by Amy Howard. It's kind of an off-white. I'm going to use pumpkin chalk paint by Waverly and burnt umber acrylic paint. So I've drawn a tag onto my foam board and I've got all the measurements there. So if you want to freeze the screen, take a screenshot, whatever you want. The other thing is you can just decide on your own measurements if you want, but this is how big I wanted it to be. So I just used my little blade, cut it out, and now I'm going to draw a couple lines because I want to paint some different colors. This is going to be a fall tag. So in the first section, I'm going to do the pumpkin, and then I love taking that tape off, and then I'm going to do that Baja Spuff in the middle, and then I'm going to, for the top part, I'm going to create a faux wood look. So I'm going to put that Baja Spuff going the opposite direction, and then I'm going to take my burnt umber with a chippy brush, which is just a really like worn out brush basically, and I'm going to start like dry brushing over and over and over till I get a wood grain look by going in all the same direction. So that's how I've done that. Now I'm going to handwrite the word hello. Now you can use stickers, you can use a cutting machine. I like to live on the edge apparently and write my own words sometimes. So they're not perfect, but you know what? It came out pretty cute. And now I'm just going to use a pencil and write the word pumpkin, and I do go over them with marker. I'll go over them several times till I get the thickness I want. I was looking at a picture where this was already written, so that I was trying to copy that writing. I'm going to take my crocodile. This is an amazing tool that you can make holes with or create rivets. And for me, if you have arthritis, helps it not hurt your hands so much. So I did that. I drew a little circle around the hole, and then I put some rope in there for the hanger. Then I'm going to take my ribbon and I'm just going to go back and forth and make 6 loops so that I can create a cute little bow. And I just tied it in the center with some twine, and now I'm going to fluff it. And it's not a big bow, it's just a cute little bow, but I did put a hole in the tag so I can put that string that I tied it with through and attach it. I thought that would be better than hot gluing it. So I'm going to tie a couple knots and then glue that to the back. And then I'm going to take these leaves. I kind of took them off the garland in either 1 or 2, kind of sections. And I'm just going to hot glue them and just arrange them in any way that I like. I think they are so pretty to go with this ribbon. I think it's a perfect match. And I love this little tag. It would look so cute on a door or on a wreath on a door, whatever you think. And like I said, you could make this any size you want. You could make little mini ones. I think they would be adorable. I did make kind of a medium size one. And I hope you guys like it. Thank you for watching. You are truly a blessing to me. Let me know which one was your favorite today. Don't forget to check out the link for the website about the Crafty Cruise Getaway. It's down in my description box below. I know you will have so much fun, and I really hope you will check it out and consider going. I've got another video on the screen that I think you'll really like, so if you click on it, I will see you there. Bye.